Well, winter is more than halfway over, and we've definitely had our share of cold weather.
But so far this season, the Twin Cities has only seen 16 inches of snow, and that is well below the 3 feet that has typically piled up on the ground by now. So what happens if we don't get enough snow? Good question. Jeff Wagner talked with a trio of environmental experts.
The thick coating of snow outside can easily make you forget just how dry this winter has actually been. A repeat of last year, likely creating a repeat of side effects.
Definitely can impact the number of seeds and fruits.
Jessica Savage is an associate professor on plant physiology.
Lake levels are not at record lows, but certainly the lowest we've seen in a decade.
Jay Austin is a physics professor specializing in lake levels.
The deer population is basically controlled by the severity of a winter.
And Ron Moen is a senior wildlife biologist. We asked each of them, what does a lack of snow, especially a pattern of it, mean for our environment? Let's start with plants.
We rely on a lot of snow for bringing in water early in the spring when it melts. And that's a time when the trees are having big bursts of growth and they need that water.
Consecutive years without big spring melts will slow a tree's growth. Plants with shallow roots, like those in your garden, might die off without the insulation from snow, while plants with deeper roots, like some weeds, could thrive. It could also lessen how many seeds or fruits a plant will bear.
Sometimes we think, oh, well, rain is rain or precipitation is precipitation, but it really matters to plants when that happens.
Animals struggling to survive while others thrive stands out to Moen.
Well, you might look at the small mammals, the mice and bulls and that kind of thing. They're not doing as well now because they don't have the snow cover.
That means predatory birds like hawks and owls feasting more than usual, but hurting their food source in the long run.
In 1 year, they can recover. 2 years, they can probably recover. But 3 or 4 years down the road, we're going to see changes in their population levels.
Meanwhile, deer populations would grow from consistent access to food no longer hidden by snow.
In the winter, we tend to see water levels decrease.
That's because dry winter air speeds up evaporation. Ice can protect lake water from that, but ice needs snow cover to reflect UV rays. Otherwise, it melts faster and sooner, exposing water.
Snow sits on the landscape over the course of the winter. And in the spring, we get what's called a freshet, where that snow all melts in a relatively small amount of time.
Not only does a heavy melt quickly replenish lake levels, it brings nutrients that are key to a body of water's ecology. A pattern of dry winters makes waterways more reliant on spring and summer rains to remain healthy. Jeff Wagner, WCCO News.